All right, what's good, guys? My name is Mudhani Rongo, and welcome to another edition of the Pulse Let's Talk, where we have conversations that matter to you and conversations that matter to us. Today, we are very honored to be joined by an actress by the name of Mwixx. We'll be letting her tell us about, who is Mwixx? Why is she here? But we were supposed to also be joined by a lady by the name of Nice Githinji. As you can see, she is not here. We apologize on her behalf for not being here. But the show must go on. Unasemaje Mwixx?
The show goes on.
The show goes on.
Regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself. Please tell us why you're here. You didn't have somewhere else to be. You were just
By the way, I had plans, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had planned to be here at this time because it is important. My name is Mwixx. I am a filmmaker. I am a voice artist, performing artist. I am a radio producer, presenter. I am just everywhere. I do everything in this world because I don't know what's going to happen in the next life.
Yeah.
So what we can do here, we do it all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very recently, a Kalasha Award nominee for the Best Actress
Oh my goodness, pressure.
in a film.
Pressure.
Hey, how do you feel about that?
Pressure. But one, also it is really exciting because there's a friend of mine who was telling me, yo, Chick, you're not taking this as a big deal. It is a big deal. Let's campaign. Let's gather votes. You're not talking about it on your socials. Call people. Let's vote for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it is a big deal. But I'm like, I've gotten a Kalasha nomination after 14 years in the industry, like professionally.
Okay.
This is my 14th year in the industry.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, well, it is good. Yeah, but I'm still going on, with or without it, I will still go on.
Yeah.
Well,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah,
thank
for
you.
sure. It is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And the conversation of today is what are the impact? What is the impact, rather? What is the impact of awards in the film and theatre industry? First of all, let me just start by asking about money.
Yeah.
So usually when, in the Oscars, to say,
Yes.
if an actor is, wins an award when it comes to the Oscars, automatically red card inapanda.
Very fast.
So mi sijui kama Mwixx umejipanga vipi man.
Let me tell
red
you.
card inapanda au nini?
There is a plan. Hey, the ones who haven't worked with me yet, I pity them because they're going to be hit by a crazy red card. But really, on a serious note, there's what that means, and I think this year I've gotten 3 nominations back to back, but I've not gotten, the awards haven't come yet, so this is the 3rd one that I'm yet to see how it goes. There was the Mombasa Film Festival, there was the Women in Film Festival that happened 2 weeks ago, then now there's Kalasha coming next week, which is really, it is exciting, and I realize even nomination, just to be recognized, really, it's a big deal. Because I'm like, for 14 years you guys didn't know I was doing work. I've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't have a life. Niko busy on set, creating content, shooting from one show to another.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. Now, sawa guys, I'm a nominee. Please, from today, address me like a nominee.
Maze.
So now, after the award, now it comes with something because now you become, even the intros change to with the award winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it comes with something. And also, it gives you some power, some confidence to even bargain. Someone will not ask you, why am I giving you that much? When in nani, kwani umedu?
Maze.
Umetoka wapi wewe?
Like pesa mingi kwa nini?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Shauri yako basi.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I mean, you let me go. Yeah, they're calling me elsewhere.
All right.
Yeah,
So let's talk about the film
Yeah.
that you have been nominated in.
Yeah.
You act as a single mom.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is it's a story that hits home.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it does.
You're not the only one. And the statistics are also like backing up that story. 'Cause there's
Right.
a lot of single moms out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Could you tell us more about that film?
So the film is called Act of Love.
Act of Love.
Yeah, it's a short film that was we premiered last year in October. We have been to like so many film festivals so far. The film has won how many awards? I think the first one was at the Sauti Zetu Film Festival in Dar es Salaam, then again in Egypt. It premiered again in the UK, and we have been getting crazy feedback around that. It's, woo, it's a heavy story,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And when I came across it, I was like, okay, I really hope I get this role. Even from the auditioning, from the sides that I was given, the scene that I was auditioning with.
Yeah.
I was just like, I hope I get this story because I haven't told such a story before in my career for all those years.
Yeah.
And it was making sense because I could see, okay, this is a story of so-and-so. Okay, this is a story of so-and-so. So many girls get, you know, they get pregnant and the jamas just disappear from the picture. And you're left there by yourself trying to figure out what is this baby gonna eat? Am I a good enough mother? Am I giving this child attention? Should I get a job? Then now you're looking for a job and then who's gonna watch over my baby?
Hey, trigger.
You're triggered?
Yeah.
I know. So there's all that. And now this girl is dealing with that. The film happens in a day. I actually came to know about that when I was watching it later. I'm like, by the way, wait. It was just a day. So much happened in the life of this woman that even the audience after watching the film, they're like, you guys, apana. No, you guys, able to do entertaining stories. This one, apana. I'm like, that is just a day. The film is only, is it 26 or 28 minutes? It's a short film.
Okay.
But you guys are feeling so disturbed, so triggered. So imagine the life of that chick. Because I was only 22 years old in the film.
Yeah.
When I'm going through all this. And you must just disappear.
And I feel like it's a story that hits home. Why I say that is because that I know of a lot of single moms as well.
Yeah.
Who, that is a story that they know too well. Especially the aspect of when I saw you struggling with a cousin Joey. And then where do I leave my baby?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Who do I leave? Because, you know, it also brings that aspect of mtoto analelewa na kijiji.
Yes.
You know, but now in the urban world, it doesn't happen like that. Right?
Where is the family? Where is that society?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kijiji wako wapi? Where is the village?
It takes a village. Where is the village?
Where is the village? Yeah. I need a village, man. Yeah, for sure. Are you a mom yourself?
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet.
Okay.
Not
okay.
yet. Yeah.
I see that.
In the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has that character?
I know, TMI.
How has that character influenced, say, your view of motherhood right now?
On another level, you know, naturally, I am a person who really gets along well with kids. Yeah, from, whatever age. I get along with kids. I find kids so real, so pure, like, you know, especially from the age where they start communicating and expressing themselves. They'll just walk in and look at you and they're like, why is this like this? Why do you wear all this? What is about? So I love that about kids. They never stop questioning. They're just raw and themselves. Then now, here we are. I meet this toddler who's gonna cry every time. You know, actually, it is an issue that affects, it is not even about single moms. Mothers were watching that film and they're like, thank you so much for
telling our story.
You know?
Yeah.
Because as a mother, who do you complain to? That my child is just crying. Okay, my child doesn't stop crying.
No, mbona una complain wewe?
Unafaa kuwa mama.
Yeah.
You're not a good mother.
Be strong.
Why is the child crying? You're not feeding them well. What are you not doing right as a mother? Shame.
No, for sure.
You
No,
know?
I feel you. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So a lot of mothers, even the issue about postpartum depression, a lot of mothers just deal with it by themselves.
Yeah.
They just deal with it and they're like, oh my goodness, I need to be a good enough mother.
Right.
Oh my goodness, what is happening to me? Why am I not feeling the motherly instinct towards this child?
Burst of love,
Why am
they
I not?
say.
My bubble of joy is here,
Yeah.
but the bubble is not bubbling.
Mazi.
You know.
Instead, you get a lot of frustration, a lot of bitterness, a lot of
Yes.
questions.
Yes.
Bro, I'm telling you this from experience because I'm a mom.
You're a mom?
Yeah, mom.
Oh my goodness.
So thank you for telling our story. We appreciate you very much. When I saw that, I felt something, especially that time where you were holding it. When you're holding yourself, you're holding the baby and you're holding yourself against the wall.
Right.
And I felt that.
Right.
I felt that.
Let me tell you something very interesting.
Yeah.
This one I don't think I've said anywhere else. Exclusive.
Actually, you had it right here, a pulse like Kenya.
Yeah, exclusive. Most of the times, skia mpaka I want to cry. Most of the times when I'm given...
Tissues director?
No, go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, most of the times when I'm given roles that and when I read somewhere on the script that, yeah, at this point she's crying, at this point she breaks down, I'm always like, hey, where do we get the tears from now? Me, I'm a happy person now. How do we get into this character and look for the tears? But with this film, there are a lot of moments that I was struggling not to cry. Because like I was so in the moment, and I'd done my research and talked to mothers and what exactly they're going through. And now every moment I'm saying every line in that script, I was like, what? How did you deal with it? How do I get out of here? Like I was really feeling, now I am trapped. I am in this. What do we do? I'm like, no, we cannot cry now. The story doesn't, she doesn't cry now. Hold it together. You're supposed to be strong for your baby at this point. Let's go.
Yeah.
Until now it gets to that moment of, yes.
Yeah.
But I remember at some point in the middle of the shoot, there's a scene I did, and I was so overwhelmed. I won't tell you which scene it was.
Yeah.
But I was so overwhelmed, I didn't know what to say. Lines disappeared. Like, I know what I'm supposed to say, but the brain, the emotions, the heart, they are not coordinating.
Okay.
So, like, I was like, guys, I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know. I took water, like 20 cups, back to back. So every time I take water, I feel like, I can breathe a bit. Again, I feel like, no, I'm not breathing. It was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And at some point, I remember going to change, and there's a lovely lady called Vivian. She was doing our wardrobe, and another lady called Eva. She was doing our makeup. So I go to their space. I'm going to change and make up and to go for another scene. And they're like, Mwixx, you're doing such a good job.
Yeah.
Ukifika na huko tukumbuke. I broke down.
Yeah.
I broke down, like
Yeah.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I just went, yeah. They're like, okay, now do we hug her? Do we hold her? Do we give her space? Then I just went to the washroom and I was like,
Yeah.
because it was just getting into that moment and now imagining someone deals with this. Na hakuna cut, you know, when it's you and your baby, there's no cut. There's no idea, 20 scene 2, no, take 2, take a break, take
Now this is it. Yeah, sometimes I usually ask myself, like
Yeah.
in that regard.
Yeah.
Now allow me to say this. This is a safe space, please. I've created this safe space.
Safe
please.
space, safe space.
There comes a time where you ask yourself, "What? Can I cancel this subscription? Please,
How
guy.
do I unsubscribe?
Please, guy. Okay, wait, please. Why? Why? But you realize, okay, I'm in it. Ni sawa. Tuache tu nijikakamue tu kama mama, kama mzazi. Tafadhali, wacha niti. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
There's no cut.
Hakuna cut.
Yeah, and I believe
Yeah.
like venye tu tumesema, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yes.
And for everyone if every woman out there who's a mom and you're watching this and you're going like, wow, yeah, you know, I get this, guys.
Yeah.
I believe that try to find some support somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, because we all
Yeah.
need support as
Yeah.
moms.
Yeah, and also for people who are not mothers, or even, you know, who are not mothers yet, or even the other gender. I mean, step in, man. Step in. When you see an overwhelmed woman with a child, let's drop the judgments. Let's drop the instructions. I feel like the society.
Na huyo mtoto kwani amwekangi socks? Huyo mtoto kwani akulangi chakula?
Auto hujamufunika vizuri. Usikie kuna baridi.
Lakini akona miezi ngapi? Mtoto wa miezi kama hiyo afai kuwa na hii weight.
Usimlete.
Anafaa hapana.
You're like, okay.
Kai, your situation.
How do you deal? Wait, I know you're the one asking the questions, but how do you deal for real?
How do I deal? I'm so grateful that we have gotten out of that critical state below 2 years, where haizi kuambia ni nini endelea.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so happy. But looking back, I know the person who is also managing this life is also a mom, so I know she's also watching this and going like, yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think it was the grace of God. I believe I also had a really good support system at the time. My mom was very present at the time.
Nice.
My sisters was well. But at least sahi ni mtu anaweza kuambia, sijashiba niongeze chakula.
Yeah.
Ama nataka kwenda kucheza na watu ama something.
Yes.
But that particular point is crazy.
Crazy. crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
experienced it.
No
Yeah.
one prepares you for it.
Yeah.
And in as much as they can try to tell you, kutakuwa hivi, you never really grasp the intensity of being a mom.
There's no manual for
until
it.
you're in there. And you're in it and you're like, whoa, I respect my mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
All right, like, okay, we've digressed a lot.
I know.
And if you have any comments, if you have thoughts to share on this subject, please let us know in the comment section. I'll be reading the comments as we continue with the live. Remember, I know the nominations have closed.
Yeah, the voting process, I think.
For the
They
voting,
were, they were closing, I think, yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Eh.
I don't know. I don't
all
know. I've not checked today. I've not seen any screenshot of, you know, the people who vote and they're like, nimekuvotia. Yes.
So tunaweza waambiwa
Today I've
kuvutie.
not seen. I don't know if it's still going on. I have to check.
Okay, all right. So,
Yeah.
but
just try and see.
Mwixx has been nominated for the best actress in a film. And that's very, very... And the film that we are talking about is that one that she has been nominated in, An Act of Love. And it's such a stellar job of showcasing what it feels like to be a mom. And because of that, you guys, we should vote for her. Vote. Kama hazijafungwa.
Kama hazijafungwa,
Tafadhali tuvotie.
yeah.
That's Mwixx.
Mwixx Mutinda. Yeah.
Karibu nisema Mwixx Wanguta, sorry.
Mwixx
Mwixx Mutinda.
Yeah.
Mutinda.
No,
Yes.
it's Mutinda, not Mutinda.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh. Sawa. Oh, it's Mudhoni, not Mudhoni.
Not Mudhoni.
Is it like that? Is that what you're trying to say?
But also there's also there's Mutinda and there's Mutinda. There's Mutinda and there's Mutinda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mutinda is the name it's for females. Mutinda is the male.
Ah.
They're written the same way, but it's how you pronounce.
Okay.
I know. Yeah.
All right. Sawa. Tomato, but
Yeah.
Mutinda. But she is Mwixx Mutinda.
Yes.
Thank you.
You got it right.
Thank you very much.
Fast learner.
Yes, you know what I mean. One take wonder. However, we are continuing with this conversation. We want to get to know more about Mwixx.
Right.
You also work in radio.
Yes, I do.
And one of our editors has asked me to ask you,
wow,
how do you balance between radio and acting? Because both these two, you know, careers require a lot from you.
Yeah.
A lot of dedication, commitment.
Right.
How do you balance?
Whew. Now my two jealous lovers.
Yeah.
Film and radio.
Polyandrist much?
Yani.
Yeah.
Where? They're always like, come here. Mbona you're giving too much attention over here? But come on this side. But I think for me, it has always been, I think, planning and discipline to just know that at this point, this is what matters. At this point, this is what matters. And I've had a problem with people when they ask me, so between film and radio, which one would you choose to be doing full-time?
Which one do you prefer?
Which one do you prefer? Which one is your space? Which is your favorite?
Which is which?
Which is which, Mwixx? You know, you
Yeah.
have to specialize. I won't.
Yeah, that's your answer.
I'm like, I won't specialize.
Yeah.
I won't choose.
Yeah.
Because the fact that I've found myself in it and doing that, then it means I can. So can I plan myself well and give 100% at that time when I'm there? Cool. Even when I go on set, guys are like, hey, Sasa, with your schedule for radio now, what time when you need to be there, when you need to be here? I'm like, listen, I'm going to give you this number of hours. Use me from this time to this time. Actually, no, what I do with the film is I tell them, now, from this time to this time, I'm on radio. This is when I prepare for my show. This is when I get in the show. And then I will need 1 hour now to just wrap it up, or 2 hours, depending on how the work of the day was like. So between any other time from there, use me. I'm here. I'm young and energetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so use me for the rest of the hours. So if it's night shoots, if it's whatever, like I'm willing to stretch all the way and do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So planning.
Planning,
Yeah.
just planning. And also being truthful about it. There is a mistake that a lot of actors do. I have done it at some point in my life, because you don't want to say, I'm also doing this, I'm also doing this. You say, yeah, I'm fully available. Yes, I can work day and night. Yes, Monday to Friday. Because there was also, I think it was also influenced by the fear of, Aki, if I say I'm doing other things on the side, what? They'll kick me out and they'll get someone else.
Right.
What do we do? But then I realized that was putting me under so much pressure because now it has to be a lie after lie after lie.
Yeah.
And how long can you lie?
You can't. Niko hapa tu hivi nakam.
Niko hapa nakuja.
Na uko kazi.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And even worse, at some point I was even on air. So you can imagine.
Oh, okay.
Like, si tunakusikia studio, ama si wanafanya hii show.
Ama ni Mwixx mugani? Ni Mwixx.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
And we're like, Aki, I'm not feeling well. Wako like, you had a play, you had a play in theater last Saturday. I'm like, no. You're on the papers. Tunakuona. Si hii ni wewe. Mwixx Mutinda playing the role of da on theater.
Right.
So I learned to just be truthful. Na kama iwezi. There's also that. I've come to believe strongly in that. Kama ni yangu, ni yangu. If it's not mine, it's not mine. Hakuna kuforce issues, you know.
Yeah.
Because there are times you just find yourself there trying to push so hard. It's like, okay, guys, nipatieni time. Let me see what to do. No. So easy, I'm like, okay, when? It is not tomorrow. It's not an ambush. So you're telling me there's this project in a month's time. Then it needs us to be out of town. I will go to the other side and I will say, Aya, I need 2 weeks leave. Just that thing.
Right.
Disappear. Yeah, to just make sure between this time, this is a heavy role I'm about to go and play. So this time you won't need me. See co-available.
Correct.
Yeah, let someone else step in and do that. I'm away doing this. Just having that discipline. Yeah.
Right, so. You are a very, I can see the thespian in you even when you talk, when you walk. Immediately we met, I was so sure. This one is a thespian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is a thespian.
This one is a thespian called Mwixx. Oh. Right. So Mwixx, just on that note,
yes.
Being an actor, being an actress rather,
right.
Is it out of passion? Is it out of talent? Because a lot of actors, actresses have been in this industry.
Yeah.
Na 2 years, 3 years. Ndio hao washatoka huko hivyo.
Ni ngumu.
So you've been in the industry 14 years.
Yeah.
Has it been out of passion, out of dedication? What is it? What is the motivation? What is the driving factor? Is it poverty? What is it?
Oh God. And when we say 14 years, like that is the time now when you started doing it. Like when you started getting major roles. Kuna tu another sufferation period over there. And rejection from auditions to auditions to auditions to auditions. So, this game is not for the faint-hearted. And it's not for, let me do this because I saw Muthoni doing this. You're not Muthoni. You don't know what's driving Muthoni. So kidogo, things are complicated. So I think for me, I am excited about telling stories. I'm a storyteller, you can tell.
For sure.
I'm a storyteller.
For sure.
I love stories. Meaningful stories. Yeah. Well, once in a while, stories are jabber. But...
Nice one.
But I love telling stories. And I remember from when I was a child, I didn't know I was going to be an actor. Let me not lie. Actually, I felt it in myself. Since childhood, I was called for this.
Oh my God.
I was just reckless, playing around and being a child. And then later on, I just come to realize that when I'm watching people acting, when I'm watching shows, I'm like, Aki naka so real. Aki naka poa, these people wanna act too. Ona vile mengi, Aki, these people live in this house, I'm convinced. And with time, I see others act and I'm like, huyu afanyi vizuri. Huyu act vizuri. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, sini kitu naeza fanya. You know, especially when I come to watch people in interviews later and I'm like, yeah, she's so different from the role she was playing. I thought that was her.
Right.
So pia me, I can do this. I can change to be this person and then come back to me. You know?
Yeah.
How do people do this? It started really fascinating me. And when I started doing it, I was like, Aki, this is what I want to do. I just want to tell stories. Like when I was done with high school, I went straight to theater, to Kenya National Theatre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to join these people. Set books was like what I had seen that is practical because we had come there and watched people play set books. Niko like, Aki, I want to do this. It is so convincing. Like these people are going to the backstage and coming back. Wako like, kwani wase wanaishi hapa?
Yeah. Okay.
Mi nataka hii life. Wanaishi poa. This life inaweza. You know, so I kept on going there constantly for auditions and auditions. And for me, I'm in it for telling stories. From comedy to heavy stories to whatever it is. because we have light moments in our lives, right?
Yeah.
Like that are just so comical, and you're like, oh my goodness, we're just goofing around. So that's where comedy comes in. Then we have these heavy stories that we have to tell. Someone is going through that in the society. So for me, I'm here to tell all those stories, to represent everyone going through whatever situation they're going through. So recently I also got into directing and producing documentaries. That is another story for another day.
Okay. So.
Now it is beyond me just coming to tell your story, but following you in your story and seeing how you maneuver your day-to-day life and what that is about.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a question here for you.
Right.
Karam Suya is asking, how was Mwixx able to deroll from such a heavy role? I think she's talking about Act of Love.
Act of Love.
Yeah.
Wow, it took time. I won't lie to you. It took a lot of time. So one thing that I do when I'm derolling from one character to another is I disappear. I travel from, well, it's a whole process. There's a bit, it starts with me just being in the house, chilling in the house, being myself, being with the things that I'm familiar with. Because you realize when you're on set, when I'm acting as Muthoni, this becomes my life. And I'm used to this lights being here, I'm used to this being here, to the camera being here, to my set looking like this, and I'm living the life of Muthoni. So when I go back, I'm like, now, how does the life of Mwixx look like? And I even when I'm taking my leave days and my days off work, is to come there in that space and go back to default settings. Look at the things, this is where I cook from. Oh, that life was not mine. Sikuwa natumia stove, tunatumia gas. Oh, sawa, cool. Ile gari nilikuwa na drive kwa hii role, sina hiyo gari. So this is my situation right now. Okay, cool. You know, just coming back to the things that define me and the person that I am. Then after that, I also travel. Now, this is a crazy one. I travel to a place that I've never been to before.
Oh, yeah? You should start with Las Vegas.
I've been there.
Oh, you have?
But yeah. But
she said she hadn't been there before we went on camera.
I've visited.
Oh.
I've not lived there.
Okay.
I'm not from there. You asked if I was from there.
Yeah, I asked if you're from Las Vegas.
I'm not from there, but I've traveled there.
Yeah.
So I like going to, a space that I've not been to before, because that does something to me. My antennas are just like, because like the minute you've traveled, umefika Kisumu, where do we start from? You have to look for accommodation. Where am I gonna sleep tonight? Where am I gonna eat? Who do I relate with when I'm here? Maybe you need to go to some place. You need to ask for some place. So who is a good person? Who is a bad person? At that moment, I am back to myself. I will forget about that girl who is dealing with that.
Okay.
And focus on now, what do we need? We need to be safe. We need to be alert. That is not a good person. That is a good person. Talk to this one. And kidogo, no, suspicious. Hi, ni wapi tunaweza lala? Ni wapi naweza pata place ya kukula? Ni wapi kuna nini? You know?
Makes sense.
That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I spend like 3 to 4 days in that space. By the time I'm traveling back, I know who I am. Yeah.
Right, there's also another question here for you. Let me quickly get it. This also from our editor. So anauliza, a question for Mwixx.
Yeah. Taking all the questions today.
Some actors are going to the gym,
Woo.
others are doing surgeries. Do you think a fine body is crucial to land roles in more films?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, a fine body, fine. But also, which role are you gonna play? Right?
Yeah.
Because if you're in the craft of telling stories, and we all decide, oh, we need to be skinny, we need to be slender, we need to be fit, we need to be masculine, we need to be da-da-da. So what about the time that you're playing the role of that person who doesn't care about gym, doesn't care about diet, doesn't care about anything else? I think there's a role for everyone, There's a role for everyone. So I'm not about ATCC, all of us looking a certain way. I'm really against that. And sometimes there's some very, very cliche kind of casting that happens, that we decide, no, for the person who's playing this role, they have to be who? Handa watu fanya hii. how do what to fanya hii? Like for example, when you're looking for someone to play the role of a news anchor, we're like, yeah, we want them to be skinny, we want them to be light skinned, we want them to be but there's another person here who is more eloquent than this person.
Yeah.
See, you place them there. The point is the news.
Yeah.
You know? They don't have to fit in that box that you have created. But also, I agree that fitness is really important for an actor because you never know the role you're landing next. It is easy for you to lazy around and just go like, okay, so I'm playing the lazy role. But also, what if you're casted as this military person, as a soldier tomorrow, you know? And even just for what comes with the work, you know, you just need to be ready to be up and down and with it. Okay. Flexible enough. Yeah, but no pressure.
No pressure.
Just be healthy. Be healthy.
Ukwe mtu healthy na prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So,
yeah.
Are there any movies, any films that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah. Wow. There's one. There's a stage performance that I've been working on for. Is it a year or 2 years now? It's still in the works. Still putting things together, doing the research, trying to be factual because we're talking about facts and things that are happening that we really relate to. So I think I hope in due time we will put it out there and make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Also there's okay, that one I cannot talk about. Yeah, but there's work coming up.
Ooh, okay, so. You also have something ongoing on your socials, which is a Saturday Vibrations.
Wow, how did you know that?
What do you mean? I stalked you, madam.
Hey.
Madam, I stalked you. Before you came here, I stalked you.
Wow.
Saturday Vibrations. Tell us more about Saturday Vibrations.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. Nipatie tano.
Shika.
Nice.
That's a good one. No one has ever asked me that.
Okay.
In all the interviews that I go. Wow. Hey, madam.
Waambie waniongeze salo.
Okay, now this
Saturday Vibrations.
Top it up. She's doing her research. She's doing her work. So Saturday Night Vibrations is a show that I started doing on Instagram. At that time, I had just been fired from some station. Sawa tu. And then I had that period of time that I was not on radio. Then COVID came. Like when I was fired, imagine I was excited because now I was like, yeah, freedom. Let's go do work now. So that's when I got into documentaries, shooting stuff. Let's tell the stories that matter to me. Let's go for it. Then COVID came. And then, guys, indoors, self-distance. Self what?
Social distance.
Social distance. You know, don't crowd, don't go where, don't gather, don't meet.
Yeah.
And
don't shake hands.
Don't shake hands. Got a
don't
wave.
Kiss, Nini.
Don't kiss, don't tell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, sa tufanye nini? I'm in the house and I'm thinking, Wi-Fi kazi yako ni nini? See, we do a show. You know, now that I'm happy when I'm on radio and I'm telling stories and I'm, in the middle of my shows, in the middle of things. So we tell our stories. So I remember my first conversation was, how are you doing? Guys were not doing.
Walai.
Yes. That was my first conversation. I was just like, let me just do this thing. I check up on my people. We see, what's good, what's happening. Where? Guys came in and they're like, yo, me, I'm not well. This COVID thing is taking a toll on me. Yeah. I'm feeling so nini. Oh, people have done what? Nini. A lot.
Yeah. And
I was like, okay, so let's do part 2 next Saturday because now I gotta go and sleep. Then the following Saturday. And then it became a thing. So yeah, every Saturday night I've been doing that faithfully. This is going to be my 3rd year. Faithfully every Saturday, not every. There are some Saturdays I've just, life has happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, before I know it, it is already midnight and I'm like, it cannot happen, But this year it's marking our 3rd year in April.
Nice.
Marking the 3rd year. Hey, I've been so consistent. It has been more consistent than some people's relationships in this town. No,
Okay,
no shame.
Saturday night vibrations. So tomorrow we are expecting to see you live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What time?
tomorrow from 10 p.m.
From 10
to
p.m.
11 p.m. I do it
Alright.
just an hour of good vibes. We talk about life. We talk about, you know, the do's and don'ts when you go to a new place. We like when you go to, you know, issues like when you go to a new workplace. You know, which face do you put? How do you make friends in a new environment? You know, is it polite to turn down an interview and say niko busy? You know, and you had said, okay, I really need this job, but then it comes on a day that you're engaged with other things. Ukisema uko busy, will they still give you a chance? Like,
They most probably won't.
they won't. They'll be like, oh, uko busy, go. You know,
Yeah.
but we're talking about life experiences, things that we are going through that probably we are too busy to talk about. So I create that space, we just talk. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'll be tuned in tomorrow.
Please do.
Yeah, nitakuwa nione Saturday night vibrations.
Yeah.
Right, so do you have
Yeah.
anything else that you want us to talk about? Because I believe that, you know, we've had a lot from you.
I know. Oh
Yeah.
goodness, I need to learn to be quiet.
Yeah, hapana. Hey, if you were here and quiet, hey, hapana,
Right.
it wouldn't be a...
Tungemaliza after 10 minutes. Like it's a wrap.
Hatukuwa
Yeah.
na story.
I know.
Yeah, hadi za
I
stories
know.
za Jawa zinaisha.
You know.
Yes.
You know. Otherwise.
Otherwise,
Yeah, but
watoto
really,
wako aje?
oh goodness.
Familia iko otherwise.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, yeah, it's been really great conversing with you.
But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to see the Kalasha Awards. Are you crossing your fingers?
I'm crossing my fingers, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
When will the ceremony be?
is it on the 30th?
Okay.
There's a whole thing that is happening from the 27th for Kalasha. There's a Kalasha market where they're inviting the students to come and interact with people. Then I think the red carpet is on 30th, if I'm not wrong.
I see.
Pressure. Hey, red carpet pressure. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Pressure.
We are in it.
Extra pressure.
We are in it, yeah. I think maybe one thing that I would really like to just say out there is I get a lot of DMs from people, especially, you know, when people see you on TV, that's when they're like, she's an actor. The other times you're like, nakwaga actor. Uko kwa kipindi gani? Niko theater, kujeni muone play. Sasa uko theater sasa. Hey. You know, but now when they see you on screen, they're like, hey, how do I get, hata mimi nilikuwa kwa drama festival, hata mimi nilikuwa na talent, you know. And people are excited about the fame and the glamour that comes with acting. But for me, for anyone who is coming into the industry, you have to know why you're coming into it, because you'll be disappointed. You will not be famous day one. Yeah. You will not. Your first show might not even be a hit. No one will ever talk about it, you know. But if you know why you're there, if you know why you're coming into it, then it will make it easier for you. You know, there are those moments of frustrations where you feel, I didn't get this role. And there are those moments of looking at things and you're like, these roles, you should have given so and so. And the people would even come and say, mudhoni ungechukua hii role, unani afanyi poa. And you're like, sina hizo powers, you know.
Maze sasa, you know. Kutakuwa aje.
And when you are in there for the fame and people come with such comments, they'll really put you down. They'll make you feel some type of way. Oh, you just feel, they never cast me nowadays. They never call me for these roles. So you really have to remind yourself constantly, why am I here? Why am I doing this? And that will give you the patience, the grace, and the energy to push on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to know why you're here.
Know why you're here.
Yeah.
People have quit. People have come and quit. 2 years, they're like, industry hata haina pesa, industry hata everything. Why are you here?
Know your why. Start with the why.
Go back to your why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on set, Mwixx.
Thank you.
You are such a vibrant, bubbly person. It's been really good to know you, and I'm so sure the audience can also attest to that. Where can people find you? On socials, Nini?
On my social media, like Nico, everywhere. On Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, Mwikilisha. Mwikilisha. Yeah, the username is always Mwixx Mutinda. then the handle is Mwixx. I think that is easier to find. There's no other Mwixx.
Yeah.
If you find another Mwixx, just let me know. We report them. Okay, no, I'm kidding. But at Mwixx on all social media platforms. Let's connect. Let's talk. Slide into the DM, say whatever it is, you know. Yeah.
Hey, unatafuta mafans hapa.
Collaborations. Actually, I mean, I'm for the collaborations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wale wa hi. Oh goodness.
Wale wa hi.
Nikipata time ndarudi kwa hi.
How are you? How are you? Hi, how are you?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, but really, if you have something important to say, just go straight to the point.
Imagine just go straight to the point. Imagine just be like, hey, Mwixx, my name is such and such. I saw you on Past Life Kenya YouTube page, and I'd like to get to know more about you. If you could share with me your number. Imagine me nitakutumia.
Yeah.
Nakutumia namba yake.
Tuma, straight to the point.
Maze.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Don't beat around the bush. Don't say, Aki wewe, Aki home. No, imagine there's no time. Just say, hi, I'm an upcoming actor. I want to know how to get to auditions. I will answer. I will tell you where to go.
No,
right?
Maze.
Yeah.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out more about me, you can find me on Instagram at whoismudhoni. And that has been a nice Friday. Kai, Friday utakuwa wapi? Kona form?
Niko na form. Mi niko busy.
Leo jioni una form?
Yeah, I'm going for some premiere. There are 5 films that are premiering at the Prestige. That's why I'm heading right now. Niko busy, yani. Booked back to back to back, yani. You know.
Busy? But busy is good.
Busy is good.
Yeah.
Where?
Wani kama ungekuwa nyumbani una kazi?
Yo.
Unakaa tu.
Wait, I've been at that has happened at some point, so not a good place.
For sure.
Wacha tubaki hapa.
Yeah. Great. Sasa. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. That is all the time that we had this particular afternoon of the Pulse Let's Talk. Again, we want to apologize for the guest that was supposed to be here, but she didn't make it for 1, 2, 3 reasons.
Due to unavoidable
circumstances. We are sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. Right. So thank you very much. Have a good afternoon. Peace.